Greetings, friends. Today you will hear a story about Studio 54, which was the most popular club in New York. It was impossible to get there by accident, but once you were there, you wanted to stay forever. It's a story about the downside of fame, about love and disappointment, and the consequences of it all. Let's start watching the movie. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to the unfavorable environment in America, which prevailed in the 80s. A man named Steve Rubel has a desire to create a club where there would be no rights and prohibitions, a world of unlimited freedom. The action is transferred to a guy named Shane O'Shea. At 19, the hero worked at a gas station and was ashamed of the fact that he lived in New Jersey. Shane recalls that his mother told him that he could become anything, the main thing is to want it. Therefore, the hero decided not to give up and pave his way to a good life. In the newspapers, Shane sees numerous notes about Club 54 and the celebrities there. Especially Julie Black attracts his attention. The buddies laugh when Shane declares that he intends to go to the club and meet the star, but they agree to go with him. In front of Club 54, there is a huge crowd of people wanting to get in. Shane is spotted by security and they decide to let him in, however without his friends. However, there's a problem here too, as the hero is ready to be let into the club, but not with his shirt on. Obsessed with the thirst to get inside the club, Shane takes off his shirt, causing Steve's approval. At Club 54, the hero redresses and observes with amazement what is going on around him. The room is full of colorful decorations, lavishly dressed visitors, kissing, and not only couples. Chaos and fun surround Shane from all sides. The hero succumbs to them and starts dancing. The next day, Shane tells his sisters about his experiences. Grace is amazed to learn that the hero was in a famous institution where only celebrities come. However, his father does not come from what he heard in delight, believing that the Club 54 only corrupts young minds. At night, Shane stealthily takes the keys to his father's car. Not wanting to continue to rot in New Jersey, the hero decides to get a job at Club 54. Steve talks to the bartenders and appoints Greg Randazzo as a supervisor over the newcomer. After that, the man introduces the staff to Shane, who was hired after all. Behind the bar, the hero gets lost, but Greg mentors him and advises him to check the accounts after closing the bar to get additional profits. Shane suddenly notices Julie Black among the visitors. The girl looks at the waiter quite favorably. Steve has created a world in this club where ordinary people can meet a real celebrity. While working, one of the pretty girls charms the hero and takes him to the balcony, where the guests indulge in various pleasures. Shane goes with his new colleagues to the bar, where Anita Randazzo notices his slight confusion. The girl smiles and says that he will soon get used to everything that happens at Club 54. Shane arrives at her house and discovers that she and Greg are a couple. While the guy works behind the bar, Anita performs for the guests. Despite being tired, the girl agrees to sing something simple for Shane. A spark flares up between the heroes, but suddenly Greg shows up with bedding for the hero. The guy informs the new guy that he can stay at his house as long as he wants. After work, Greg usually collects the profits and takes them out the back door in a trash bag. During one such evening, the guy runs into a drunken Steve. The man laughs and asks him to escort him home. Steve's mansion looks great. After getting to the bed, the man asks Greg to pour a bunch of money out of his bag. After that, Steve digs into them and offers the guy lewd things. Greg tries to refuse since he is married. However, after a second, he gives in. The guard's laughter sobers the guy, and he refuses again since he loves Anita. Steve isn't mad and says he respects that. Meanwhile, Shane gets his stuff and says goodbye to his father. The hero tries to talk to Steve, who is dealing with complicated issues with the accountant. Shane wants to help his friends and also get them a job at the club. The man agrees to hire them, but hopes they are like hero. While working, Shane gets sad looking at Julie. Anita offers to cheer him up by treating him to some substance. Soon the girl notices Billy Oster, who helps young musicians. Anita asks the hero to help her. Shane invites Billy over to their place, and the woman agrees to listen to a cassette tape of his friend's songs. When Anita leaves, the hero is alone with Billy, which soon leads them to a close relationship. The woman admires Shane's face and looks, promising that she will look after him. Billy learns about the hero's secret passion for Julie and promises that he and the girl will succeed. Soon Shane wants to get a job as head bartender. Steve appoints him without unnecessary bickering, which greatly angers Greg, who lost this opportunity because of his marriage to Anita. Career growth of the hero is ensured. Together with Steve, Shane enters another closed room of the club, where only stars gather, and performs there in a golden cage. The hero gains fame, especially in the circle of rich women. Shane does not forget about his friends, so he brings Anita to one of Liz Van Gelder's social parties. The girl quickly blends into society and is eager to make connections so she can become a famous singer. Liz and Billy laugh good-naturedly about finding such diamonds at Club 54. However, Shane is not educated enough, which causes laughter from those around him. Billy looks at him unhappily, while Anita openly criticizes him. In the end, the girl is going to get into a relationship with a producer in order to build a career for herself. Shane sees his photo in a magazine, but without an article, and realizes that everyone evaluates only his appearance, because inside he has nothing worthwhile. Anita decides to cheer up the guy, so she invites him to her dancing lessons. The heroes again become close, but Greg appears. The guy decided to start his own business. Having stolen some money from Steve, Greg buys cheerful substances and stealthily sells them in the bar. Soon Steve is interviewed on TV and says he has nothing to worry about despite the large profits. However, the people at the IRS review the tape with interest. With each passing day, Shane feels more and more attracted to Anita and almost kisses the girl. This time Greg realizes that his friend is crossing all the boundaries of permissible. Anita has a big fight with the guy, but she manages to convince him of her innocence. Shane watches the reconciliation of the couple and feels a strange longing inside him. The hero finally finds the courage to talk to Julie, but soon discovers that he has contracted one of the most common diseases of his lifestyle. Dottie, an elderly woman who works at the club, borrows money from the drugstore to buy medicine for him. Stevie quarrels with his accountant, who has helped him for about a dozen years. On Christmas night, a man treats his guests to an unusual snow. After the celebration, Greg and the hero all clean up the club. The guy invites Shane to celebrate the holidays with him and Anita. The heroes dream of accumulating enough money and leaving Steve to open their own business. However, there is a quarrel. It turns out that Steve is against the fact that the hero helps in cleaning or does something beyond his work. In response, Shane criticizes his friend for illegal bar trade. Greg takes offense, as he is raising that money for Anita. The girl is dancing and enjoying the evening. Greg tries to take his wife home, but she actively resists. Anita complains about what is happening to Shane, and they finally become close. At the last moment, the girl gets angry with herself and runs away from the hero. Shane notices that Steve has been following them and gets very angry about it. The hero arrives home, however, only Grace is happy to see him. The girl is upset when she learns that the rumors about Shane's addiction and strange behavior are actually true. The hero leaves New York and unexpectedly meets Julie. Shane gives the girl a keychain as a keepsake and gets a kiss in return. Meanwhile, the IRS guys are questioning one of Steve's acquaintances who is supplying Greg with illegal goods. Shane and Julie spend time at a bowling alley discussing their new life, fame, and Club 54. Communication with the girl changes the hero. He decides to give up taking substances and gives Steve the money missing from the cash register. However, the man already knows that they were taken not by Shane, but by Greg. Steve nonetheless agrees to promote the guy to save Shane's friendship. Greg does treat the hero with warmth and is happy to learn about Julie. Anita prepares for her performance, which will help in promotion and her career. Shane supports the girl and wishes her luck. Julie arrives at Club 54, but finds herself not alone. Shane is upset that the girl betrayed him for career and promotion. Anita's performance is marred by tragedy with Dottie. When the woman is taken away, Steve continues the party. This infuriates Shane. He considers such an act inhuman. The hero quarrels with his boss and is about to leave. At the same time, Greg comforts Anita, and the tax and police appear at Club 54. Shane notices them and tries to warn Steve, but the boss is not going to leave or hide. In the end, the employees kick the hero out into the street and detain Steve. Julie wants to help Shane, and apologizes for her behavior. The heroes realize that popularity and fame are not the most important thing in life and decide to reconcile. The newspapers are full of headlines about Steve's arrest and the collapse of Club 54. Shane reconciles with his father, takes business courses, and continues to communicate with Julia. Anita releases her first solo album, but does not become very famous. After a year and a half, Steve is released, and he organizes a party for his loved ones. The new owners of the club give him one night to plunge into his dreams and former life. This is the end of the movie. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this movie, and see you in new videos.